Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to Germany's top 5 cities explained. Let's jump in.
Jana's from the United States and I'm from Germany, and in today's video we're gonna talk about the big 5 German cities according to population and explain what you can expect from each city, give you a feeling for it, and also how similar and different each of these cities are. And the first city is gonna be Frankfurt am Main. Frankfurt's population is about 760,000 people and it's located pretty centrally in Germany in the state of Hessen.
Frankfurt is not only Germany's financial center, it is a huge European hub for transportation, tourism, and commerce. It is also huge in the service industry.
Fun fact, there's a research network that kind of ranks cities around the world according to economic importance, and Frankfurt is the only alpha ranked city next to cities like LA, Mumbai, Sao Paulo or Sydney, so all of the other cities on this list are kind of beta.
The Frankfurt airport is by far the biggest in Germany, and it is one of the busiest airports in the world since it's centrally located in Europe. You've also probably had a layover there if you've ever traveled across Europe, or if you're coming to Germany, maybe that's where you're landing.
Frankfurt also has Germany's only attempt at an actual skyline, with all these fancy banks building these high-rise buildings. I love skyscrapers and I was always very proud of Frankfurt's skyline. That was until we flew into New York City in 2019 and my picture of a German skyline was absolutely shattered.
Frankfurter sausages, you might have heard of them, and this is where they got their name from. One of the things that Frankfurt has going for it is its location on the River Main. It's always nice if a city is featured.
And the little locks for relationships, I guess. Like if you become a new relationship, you have to put your locks in or
Drink
something.
some water. The river is pretty big at this area and it's a really nice escape to do some recreational activities to escape that busy city life.
Frankfurt's pace is fast and the vibe can be hectic, at least until the workday ends. It's a career city. If you are fresh out of college and you're willing to work your ass off for the next 5 to 10 years and bow down to the corporate system, Frankfurt is the place to be.
Frankfurt is one of the most international cities, and it is the most international on this list due to its global service industries. It is Germany's economic powerhouse. Number 2 is Cologne.
Or Köln in Germany.
Yes, with a population of 1.1 million, Cologne is Germany's
that's a lot of people there.
biggest city.
And it is located in Germany's far west in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. I often jokingly call Cologne the LA of Germany because a lot of the TV channels and entertainment industry are located in Cologne. So
that is not a good comparison. LA, bro.
YouTube, a lot of the shows that we watched on TV growing up as a kid were probably produced somewhere in Cologne. Cologne is open, Cologne is tolerant, Cologne is pretty liberal. At least that's what my perception of that city is. It has a pretty diverse population and it doesn't feel as pretentious as other cities on this list might. There was an outdated running gag in Germany that everyone in Cologne is gay. I guess that reputation must have come from the less discriminative culture of the city in the past.
Cologne has a great location on the River Rhine, and it's also not too far from a lot of other great German cities. You also have nearby countries like the Netherlands and Belgium. Amsterdam is only 2.5 hours away and Brussels is only 2 hours away by car.
It's a major cultural center in the Rhineland with a lot of museums and galleries.
If you happen to love churches, oh boy, are you in for a treat. The Cologne Cathedral is one of Germany's best known.
One of the most beautiful cathedrals in the world, for sure. And I don't even know how many, why there's so many demons in Germany and that in Cologne. Do you have this big cathedral there, man? If you have a big cathedral like this and you still have a lot of demons running around, I'm just joking, guys. It was a beautiful cathedral, by the way.
Landmarks and the most visited one. The Gothic architecture is amazing and it is basically the largest church in the world. There are 2 slightly higher ones, but they don't even have twin towers, so psh. Everything about its architecture is impressive and it's definitely worth a visit.
There's just a good mix of people in the city and the general vibe was pretty much down to earth.
If you like to eat, like us, there are some fun local dishes to try. The most important is Himmel und Erd, a dish that is made of fried blood sausage, roasted onions, and mashed apples. You can check that out in our Cologne videos.
Alright, the third city on our list is Munich, or München in German. And with a population of about 1.5 million people, it's Germany's third biggest city, and of course it's located deep in Bavaria in Germany's southeast. Love it or hate it, Munich is very beautiful and has a very high quality of life if you can afford it. One thing that Munich has going for itself for a city of that size, it has a pretty relaxed vibe. They call it the biggest village in the world.
Oh. This is home to the world-famous car manufacturer BMW, which is why you will see more BMWs on the street than anywhere else in the world.
As well as Germany's most successful football club, the FC Bayern München. The city loves their cars and football. The Bavarians are proud of these things and their city, and they're not really trying to hide that. They also have a little bit more of an accent than the other cities on this list, so if you're a non-native speaker visiting Munich, it could be a little bit harder to understand the people. Also, Munich might be the most conservative city on this list, so they're just a little bit slower and more hesitant to adapt.
More conservative? Really? Munich? I don't think so. What makes it conservative? A lot of these cities I thought they were more like left-leaning.
New things.
Due to Munich's wealth and great job market, with one of the lowest unemployment rates, it is a prime destination for young professionals who are not trying to die of overwork like in Frankfurt.
However, it is notoriously hard to get into local friend groups as somebody who is not from the city. You will always be a transplant.
Oh, and of course, then there's beer. Munich is beer and Brezel. And then there's also the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I lived in Munich and I've been twice to the Oktoberfest. The first couple of hours were kind of fun, but then it turned into some of my worst experiences.
Wow.
But hey, I'm sure there are some people who are thoroughly enjoying it. It is just absolutely gluttonous binge drinking at its finest.
I want to go there.
Just go on YouTube and look for Oktoberfest fails. Plenty of piss drunk guys and girls in their thousands of dollars designer lederhosen falling down the hills, balls out, covered in vomit. Oktoberfest.
Sounds like a fun time. Overall, Munich is great. It's just not for everyone. It has by far the highest rental prices in Germany, but it also has the highest rate of millionaires.
The
I almost believed it.
best thing, in my opinion, is the nature surrounding Munich. It just takes 45 minutes driving to the south and you're at the foothills of the Alps. Skiing, hiking, downhill mountain biking, all in reach. The entire south and the southeast outside of Germany is...
That is gorgeous. Wow. That is that's beautiful. Man, that's gorgeous. Look at those mountains. Wow. Man, I would love to live in one of those mountains. I'm telling you.
in my opinion, the absolutely finest landscape, scenery and nature that Germany has to offer.
I want to go.
Even the Thai king lives there. The king of Thailand. Seriously.
Nah.
Before we continue with the last two cities on our list, a quick shout out for this video sponsor, Lingoda.
Lingoda. Let's go Lingoda.
Hamburg.
With a population of about 1.8 million, it's Germany's second biggest city and it's located all the way up in the north. It is known as Germany's gateway to the world because of its historic harbor that leads to the Northern Sea and then to the Atlantic Ocean.
This harbor is the biggest in Germany and the third biggest in Europe, and it's basically the face of the city.
Hamburg's theme is water. There is water everywhere. At times it feels a little bit like Venice. It is a true harbor city, however, it is not actually located at the coast, but about 100 kilometers inland. The Elbe River widens up immensely.
Man, so Hamburg is pretty high from Germany, man. It's kind of high. Dang, that thing has to be colossal.
In Hamburg and forms this huge open water path for the remaining way to the ocean, which makes the port and intense sea traffic possible.
Since the city was mostly flattened during the war, there is a very unique mixture of architecture. There are a lot of new modern style buildings and also a lot of older restoration buildings. The city itself has no skyscrapers, and Hamburg has more bridges inside the city limits than any other city in the world, which is something I absolutely love. I love when the city has a lot of water flowing through it. I really like a lot of the red brick style buildings in the Hafen city and the Speicherstadt. It's a nice contrast to a lot of other cities that we've been to in Germany.
Hamburg is also windy and it can be gray
feel.
at times. The people in the north also have this reputation of being more straightforward and maybe a little bit less polite and friendly than their southern counterparts. However, that is absolutely not what we have experienced. Hamburg was probably the place where people were the most friendly and polite towards us.
Really?
But maybe let us know what you think about that topic.
Yeah,
Like
because a
any
lot of
other
people
good
say that Hamburg people are kind of crazy. So weird stuff. The streets are kind of crazy. There's a lot of sex stuff going on. That's interesting.
Our town is known for its delicious seafood.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of seafood restaurants everywhere, and one of the best
That's the sandwich that I'm talking about, guys.
things is to just stroll down the port and try it all out. You'll see the classic fish brötchen everywhere. We recommend trying the Labskaus if you dare. We made a whole video trying different foods in Hamburg, so you should check it out.
That was good. Overall, if you like to be on the water and you don't mind a little bit of a rougher, windier weather, then Hamburg is for you. Plenty to discover, great people, great food, and on a summer day, it might be Germany's most beautiful city.
Wow.
Oh, and also the Reeperbahn. Alright, last but not least, number 5, the largest city in Germany and the capital, of course, it's Berlin.
Berlin.
With a population of about 3.7 million, Berlin is twice the size of Hamburg and by far the biggest city in Germany. It is located in the northeast and it's only about an hour drive away from the Polish border.
Much of Berlin was destroyed during the war, and a lot of the buildings that remained were demolished in the 50s and 60s. One of the landmarks, the television tower at Alexanderplatz, is Germany's tallest structure at 368 meters. It was built in 1969. It's a pretty iconic building since it sticks out of the skyline, and you'll find the television tower on a lot of souvenirs, magnets, and postcards. Berlin has so many historic landmarks and museums around the city. The Brandenburg Gate is probably the best known around Germany, and it's such an iconic building. There are so many major museums, churches, walls, and buildings. Not to forget many rivers and waterways that, in my opinion, helps to enhance the aesthetic of any city.
Berlin is a world city of culture and politics. But more than anything, Berlin is history. After World War II and during the Cold War, Berlin was infamous.
Yeah, they have to clean that a little bit. Don't you guys think? Make sure that you keep those tombstones kind of clean.
Split by the Berlin Wall into East and West Berlin. Remainings of that very wall can still be visited today. It's called the East Side Gallery and it's used as a street art gallery nowadays.
If you love history, you could spend days, weeks, or even months going to all the different sites.
Berlin is also home to at least 180,000 Turkish and Turkish-German residents, making it the largest Turkish community outside of Turkey. And that is probably why Berlin has some of the best döners we've ever eaten, and we've eaten döner kebabs in every city we visited. It is the best fast food in the world and Berlin has the best ones.
Speaking of food, Berlin is also famous for currywurst. It's a popular fast food dish with fried
I love that. Oh, look at those French fries. They're nice and crispy.
pork sausage, served with curry ketchup, curry powder, and other spices. It's usually served with fries or a pommes. Also, the Berlin donut is very popular as well, but in Berlin it's known as a Pfannkuchen. It's also Phil's favorite type of donut.
A Berliner.
A Berliner. Berlin is home to a lot of other international restaurants as well, since it is a multicultural metropolis.
Berlin has quite the reputation in Germany, and even within Berlin there are different reputations for different areas. A lot of Germans like to say Berlin is not really Germany, which just means it's not for everyone, but that's fine because we're all different. Berlin can be polished and pretentious, it can be dirty and poor. It is very alternative and attracts all kinds of crazy people, the good kind as well as the bad kind. It is colorful.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, guys. I don't want that. No, I don't want the good, the bad. No, I want the best. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I might be confused here. Let me know in the comment section below. Help me out here. Is Berlin a good place to go or not?
Multicultural, diverse, crazy, electronical, loud, political, historical, and much more.
Berlin has many faces and a spot for everyone.
Before we end this though, I wanted to remind you to please like the video, comment below every interaction.
Very good video, man. But that last one from Berlin, man. Damn. I don't know. Is that a good place to go? That's all I'm asking. Is it good? Is it gonna be safe? Or am I gonna find a lot of people that speak English? That's what I'm asking. Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. I will see you in the next one.